Hey everybody, it's Rem321 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 Wi-Fi battles. This is an OU match I got against someone by the name of Rampage529. That's his username on the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and begin the match and find out who wins. So right off the bat, he's going to go ahead and start off by sending out his Heatran, and I'm going to go ahead and start off by sending out my Ferrothorn. He predicted me to switch to, or send out my Ferrothorn as my lead Pokemon, so that kind of sucks for me, but what can you do? I'm going to go for the Protect just to kind of scout this Heatran, just to see what it's going to go ahead and do. He's going to go for the Lava Plume, and for this next turn, I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my Rotom Wash form because it can easily wall this Heatran, and he went for the Stealth Rocks, knowing that I would switch, so that kind of sucks because I still have not set up my Stealth Rocks, but yeah, what can you do? I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and I was predicting him to switch to his Slowking or his Kingdra, so that's why I went for the Volt Switch, but yeah, he decided to stay in. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to go ahead and send out my Reuniclus because Reuniclus can take a hit or two from this Heatran, so yeah, he went for the Toxic, and thanks to my ability, that's not going to even do much to my Reuniclus. It's not even going to affect it. But yeah, I was predicting him to switch next turn because I'm guessing he did not want to take the Focus Blast, but yeah, he's going to go ahead and go out to his Thundurus, and I was predicting him to switch out, so I went for the Calm Mind, and that's actually really good that I did go for it because Thundurus' special attack is amazing, but now that I have the Calm Mind, I could take the Thunderbolts a little bit better. But yeah, he went for the Thunderbolt, and Reuniclus is able to take it quite nicely. I went for the Psychic because I thought I could take out this Thundurus in one hit after one Calm Mind, but I didn't, so that's kind of bad for me. But at this point, I know I could probably set up another Calm Mind on this Thundurus, and I could basically start setting up on this thing a little bit and maybe get some recovers in. So yeah, he went for another Thunderbolt, and I went for another Calm Mind, so that's actually really good. At this point, I think 2 Calm Minds is already enough, so yeah, he's going to go for another Thunderbolt next turn. At this point, he's just sacrificing this Thundurus because, well, I don't think he actually needs it, but yeah, he went for Thunderbolt, and I took it quite nicely after the 2 Calm Minds, and I'm just going to go for the Recover just to heal some HP or most of the HP that this Thundurus did to my Reuniclus. So yeah, now for his next move, he's going to go ahead and go for another Thunderbolt. I'm not going to go for any more Calm Minds like I said before, but yeah, he went for the Thunderbolt, and I'm going to be able to take it quite nicely, and for his next move, I'm going to be able to take down his Thundurus with a Psychic, so that's going to be the end of his Pokemon. This thing was a huge threat, and it always is a huge threat because of its amazing special attack. But yeah, now he's going to go ahead and switch on to his next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be his Mamoswine. I'm hoping I can live a hit from this Mamoswine, but yeah, he's going to go for the Earthquake. And yeah, like I said, I'm hoping I can maybe live this Earthquake, and I do manage to live it with 17 HP left. So I'm going to be able to finish the Mamoswine off with a Psychic, and that's going to go ahead and be the end of his Mamoswine. At this point, he's going to go ahead and switch out to his next Pokemon, which can easily take out my Reuniclus, which is going to go ahead and be his Kingdra. I decided to just stay in because, well, Reuniclus did his job. It took out 2 Pokemon, and both of them were really threatening. So yeah, I'm just going to let it die to the Surf, and that's going to be the end of my Reuniclus. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch on to my next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be my Rotom. I'm going for the Volt Switch because I was predicting, or I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, and he predicted the Volt Switch. So he's going to go ahead and go out into his Amoonguss, and the Volt Switch isn't going to do much to this thing, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be my Tornadus, because Tornadus can easily take out this Amoonguss. I was predicting a move like Spore this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and set up the Substitute next turn. So yeah, right here I just set up the Substitute. I'm hoping he goes for something like a Spore, and he did go for the Spore, so that's pretty good for myself because I got a free sub up. So for this next move, I'm going to go for the Hurricane, and that's going to be enough to take down his Amoonguss. After using Tornadus for a couple of matches, I'm starting to realize that this is actually a really good Pokemon. I mean, it has fantastic speed, and it also has amazing special attack. I didn't get to use its original form that much in the original Pokemon Black and White games, so yeah, so I'm kind of new to using these genies. But yeah, I'm going to go for the Hurricane, and he switched out to a Slowking, and I know Slowking's a really good special defensive wall, but I'm hoping the Hurricane could do some damage to this thing, enough to 2-hit KO it, but it would be enough to 2-hit KO this thing, but he does have the leftovers, so that kind of sucks. He's going to go for the Scald, and that's going to be enough to break my Substitute, and for his next move, I'm just going to go for another Hurricane and basically sacrifice this Tornadus, but when I went for the Hurricane, he avoided the attack, and that's really stupid. My luck is bad, but he's going to finish off my Tornadus with a Psyshock, and now this thing's actually really threatening. So for his next move, I'm going to go ahead and switch on to my next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be my Rotom. For this Rotom, I'm predicting, or I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, hoping that I can maybe kill this Slowking, and I went for the Volt Switch, but as you're about to see here, it lives with barely any HP left, so my luck is getting bad right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch on to my next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be my Ferrothorn. I switched on to my Ferrothorn because I did not want any of my other Pokemon to get hit by this thing, but he's going to go for the Slack Off, and that's going to suck for me because he's going to be able to regain most of his health back. So yeah, for his next move, he's going to go ahead and switch on to his next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be his Heatran. I believe, if I'm correct, he does end up switching. Yes, he does. He's going to go ahead and switch out into his Heatran, and for my move, I'm going to go ahead and go set up the Leech Seed because I want to get some health back and basically just deal some damage on his Slowking. But since he did switch out to his Heatran, that's still pretty good. I get the Leech Seed off on his Heatran. So, yeah, for this next move, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the... I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be my Rotom, because Rotom can destroy this Heatran, and he's going to go ahead and go for the Lava Plume, but Rotom's able to take it quite nicely yet again. So for this next move, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump, but he's going to go ahead and predict the Hydro Pump, so he's going to go ahead and switch out into his next Pokemon, but before that, I'm going to get some Leech Seed recovery, which is pretty good, because I'm at a decent amount of HP right now, thanks to the Leech Seed. So he's going to go ahead and switch out into Slowking, and right here, my luck starts getting really good. I go for the Hydro Pump, and that's gonna do a lot of damage to a Slowking because it is a critical hit. So yeah, after Leftovers recovery, I'm hoping that one Hydro Pump should be enough to take down the Slowking. So I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump, and I don't miss, and I get the critical hit, a second critical hit. So that's actually really good. My luck is actually really good at this point. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and switch out into his Heatran, and he's gonna go ahead and forfeit the match, knowing that he basically lost the match, and that's the end of the game.